John chapter 5, the first 9 verses. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. And these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lie, he knew that he had been now a long time in that case. He said unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. And Jesus said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. Well, this morning I just came to prophesy to someone this morning. You, like this man at the pool of Bethesda, you've been overlooked, you've been crowded out, you've been passed over, outran, and pushed out. But I want you to know that you're getting ready to get in. You've been like this man. You've been looking at it, dreaming about it, talking about it, and singing about it. But this time you're getting ready to get in. So I want to preach this message today. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, neighbor, I got next. I got next. Now, I don't know if any of you are sports enthusiasts, but I'm one of the greatest basketball players that Springfield has ever seen. I don't know why they're laughing, Sister Barbara. Amen. And oftentimes, you know, when I was coming up, we'd go out to play pickup ball, and whether it was in the park or at the Y or whatever. And the old saying was, when you were waiting to play to get your turn, you'd say, I got next. And now, oftentimes, there would be someone else who would be sitting around there as well. And sometimes you'd come in and you say, I got next. Or you would ask the question, who got next? Amen. And because if someone else had next, you wanted to get on the team of the person who had next. Then every now and then there was a small disagreement about who had next. And someone would say, I got next. Someone would say, no, I got next. And then you had to try to figure out who was next to get in the game. Well, my brothers and sisters, many of us have been sitting on the sidelines of life instead of being in the game. Yeah, I'm talking to someone today who has watched other people get blessed, has watched other people get healed or promoted or get their new car. And it looks to you from all natural evidence that it will never be your turn. But the Lord said to tell you, it's coming. I hear the word of the Lord saying, be not weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. Now, for years, at this pool that was called Bethesda. The sick, the afflicted, the feeble would come to this pool and wait for a move of the water. But on this particular day, God chose to move in a new and different way. I just want to tell somebody today that God is not necessarily going to come in the way that you expect for him to come. You see, they were used to the angel troubling the water, but this time an angel didn't come. Jesus decided to show up by the poolside. And Jesus stood